Hello everybody and welcome back to RogueTech, where, yeah, our guillotine took a little bit of damage in that last mission, didn't it? We probably could use having some form of a backup mech that can... Honestly, I feel like it has to be a cavalry backup mech, now that I think about it, because it's always our cavalry mechs that are going to take the brunt of the damage, right? Because our juggernauts shouldn't be taking the brunt of the damage. Let's hop into the mech bay here and see if we can get a cavalry replacement mech that isn't the Centurion put together, because the Centurion is not great, is it? Before we do that, though, we have to know what our weight limit on that mech is. So let's just hop in here. I'm not planning on actually doing this necessarily. All I want to look at is what our current weight situation is like. Now, of course, we would have the imp, so it would be plus 100 tons, so that's 450, plus another 95 for the sorcerer. So let me actually pull up a calculator here. 450 plus 95 is, of course, 545, and it's not like that addition is difficult. I just want to make sure that I keep that memory in there. 75, 80, and 70. Actually, I'm going to leave out that 70 for right now. Plus 75, plus 80, plus... and then not the 70. So that puts us at 700. Which means we can go 30 tons above this guillotine, which means we could theoretically put in a 100-tonner, which means for this mech, we are not actually weight restricted. Fascinating. Let's see what we've got available. Remember, for a cavalry mech, it has to have a good amount of frontal armor strip, and it needs to be relatively fast while being also quite durable. Those are our requirements for that sort of a mech. So let's see what we've got available that can fit into that. That would, of course, be in our storage. Let's see here. We can't get a bull shark ready to go. We could ready a stone rhino. That is a lot of little hard points. Huh. That's an interesting option. That is a very interesting option. It's usually got 14 medium pulse lasers. I kind of like that as armor strip. Let's go ahead and ready this. That variant, yes. That'll cost us 186k, and we're probably not going to be able to get this thing fully ready to go, right? That's probably going to be really expensive, but I want to take a quick look at what we can do with it. And we may not want to get it ready to go just yet, because we do have quite a few mechs we're repairing. Okay, so let's go ahead and refit this, and let's take a look at what it's got just right now. So just for doing all of this, that's going to cost over half of the money that we've got right now. So I think for right now, we should probably... This does have an engine core 400 and an engine heatsink plus 6 by default. That's real nice. That is real nice. What do we got available for clan heatsinks? Nothing. Okay, so we're going to need to get our hands on some clan heatsinks before we can get this ready to go. There's no doubt about that. So we're not going to queue that up just yet. We're just going to sit on it, and we'll get that ready to go as soon as we have the clan heatsinks that we need. For now, let's go ahead and tick forward until the imp is repaired. We'll not wait on the guillotine. And we'll just deploy the Centurion instead. It's not a big deal. Okay, so there's the imp ready, I believe. Yep, that is the imp ready. Let's go ahead and do some mech warrior promotions, and then we'll deploy. And I would like to deploy against a clan op4 so that hopefully we can get our hands on some of those sweet, sweet clan heatsinks for the stone rhino. We're going to need a few of them with 14 clan medium pulse lasers, but we've taken the brunt of that. We know what that feels like, and I would not mind getting our hands on that. Okay, these are all looking pretty good.
What do you need?
Point of piloting for Tarbox, sure.
Training complete.
And finally for Woody, yep, looks good. So let's see if we can find ourselves a nice clan op4.
Greetings, Commander. Come on in.
Let's see here. That's planetary government. Pass. This is a solo duel. Pass. This is for a clan and against local government. This one is a duo duel. This is for the Davians against the Valkyrians. They are not clan. This is for the Valkyrians against pirates. Okay, this is Valkyrian. This one is... Who's the op for here? Local government. Okay. This is, of course... Ooh, Clan Diamond Shark. Is this actually Clan Diamond Shark as the op for? Yes, it is. I like it. This is 300,000 for a priority salvage, but I think because we need the clan heat sinks so badly, I think we accept this. We should theoretically be able to deploy another time before the end of this month, so it should be okay. So let's go ahead and accept that. And of course, we're not bringing the Stone Rhino or the Guillotine, but everyone else we absolutely are, including the Centurion. And to pilot the Centurion, who are we going to bring? Is it going to be Arclight? Actually, yeah, it's going to be Arclight. Okay, let's do this. Hey, wanker, fix this? Underweight? Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to because it's not actually underweight. Well, it is. It is underweight, but it's not very underweight. So we're just going to deploy this. Maybe that was actually not meant for us, but rather for the developers. Maybe. Regardless, we will go ahead and deploy this, and this is an assassinate mission, and we should, in theory, be able to get our hands on some clan heat sinks for our Stone Rhino. That would be great. And ultimately, at that point, the Stone Rhino would probably be not our substitute mech, but our main mech, and the Guillotine would probably be relegated to substitute status. Or one of the Guillotines, anyway. And that would be fine. That would put us right at our weight limit, if I did my math correctly. If I didn't do my math correctly, well, we might have to do some thinking about it. But ultimately, I would be relatively content with that. Okay, so we need to destroy the target and escape. We've had confirmation from several sources that the leader of an insurgent cell backed by Clan Diamond Shark is moving in the open. This is a rare opportunity to take out one of the primary enemies of the legitimate Davian regime in Ashcombe. Additionally, we'll include a bonus payment if you're able to destroy all of the target's escorting units. We've only got their word that this target is a terrorist, but that sort of extra legal maneuvering is why they're hiring us instead of using their own forces. Still, best to be alert for anything. Indeed. Let's see if we've got any allies. Insurgent is here. Okay. No allies. There are some Diamond Shark reinforcements. Now, our initial targets may or may not be Diamond Shark. I actually like this drop point. I like this drop point a lot. Let's do it. So there are supporting forces, there's the insurgent leader, and there are reinforcements. But that's fine.
Alright, keep your eyes clear and watch your sensors.
Oh, okay. We have this bug going on. It's just a visual issue. No worries on that. That just, of course, indicates that our material didn't load.
Looks like an ideal place for an ambush.
Yeah, of course it does. It always did. It also looks like an ideal place to kill them. I'm going to reserve here. Actually, we're all facing away from them, aren't we?
Receiving you.
I'm not going to reserve here. We're going to move the Jaeger up here. And we can fire on this Cyrano. Reason being, we have... It moved, and so it lost its evasive.
Roger.
We didn't kill it, but we did a lot. Next up, who moves? Phase 22? We don't see them. Okay, that'll be the reinforcements then, most likely. Okay, our Guillotine is going to step up to here, and we're going to finish off their Cyrano. We're going to go ahead and fire the binary laser in X2 mode.
Take this.
Perfect. And yeah, this visual bug is certainly distracting. It appears to be related to loading time in some way. Like, it might be that I clicked through the loading screen a little too quickly, but it's fine. I'm not too concerned about it. It doesn't actually affect anything. It's just visual. Okay, who moves next? They've got a good firing line on this ridge. We're going to reserve. Who do they move? That's their Marauder 2C. Okay. Firing on the Jaeger there, doing some damage. That, of course, means that the Marauder 2C is now a viable target for us.
They don't like me at all.
The Harasser is going to make its way up over to here. I'm just wondering... Yeah, we're going to come down over here.
Aye.
And we're going to fire on the Marauder 2C with, I think, AoE. Actually, no, we're going to go with standard flamers here.
Targeting for an alpha strike.
We did hit 2 of them.
Target damage.
Good.
Concentrate your fire and bring it down.
Got it some good heat. Next up, that Stormcrow, okay? It's probably going to continue to fire on the Jaeger. Yep. This was pretty expected, in all honesty.
Oh, my armor's melting off.
Yeah, they were pretty much always going to focus you, bud. We're going to move the Archer here to block LOS for the Jaeger. That Stormcrow is now a viable target for the Archer. However, given the hit odds... Actually, yeah, the Stormcrow is who we go for here. I don't think Deadfires would be better. No, absolutely not.
Welcome to my album.
Although the Stormcrow is running AMS. Okay, that's really good to know. I'm glad we moved the Archer before the Sorcerer then. Who moves now? They're actually stacking together here. Okay. They dropped their artillery on the Harasser instead of over here. Whatever. If they want to mess that up, that's up to them.
What's up, boss?
The J. Edgar is going to come on down over this way into the Marauder's side arc, and we're going to see about heating him up even further. We did not succeed, but we did hit the laser. So that is fine. These are actually the Diamond Shark reinforcements up here, not the supporting enemy forces who are over here. Interesting. The Sorcerer is going to step up over here, not in the rough terrain.
Confirmed.
And we are going to position and fire on, given these hit odds, the Thor here, which is a confusingly named tank, to be sure. And we don't have direct LOS, so that's fine. Actually, are we better off doing direct LOS on the Stormcrow? We might be. No, not the Marauder. The Stormcrow here. 25.4 on the Stormcrow versus 28.1 on the Direwolf. We'll take this.
Confirmed.
Yeah, that worked. Phase 18 should be the Flashman. Yep, he moves up, stacks in, fires on the Archer. He does get some hits in on the Jaeger, but that's fine. We are successfully blocking the LOS, and he actually failed a shutdown override there. Nice.
Receiving you.
So our Dragon Slayer is going to sprint in as close as it can.
Aye, aye.
And I'm interested in lighting these guys up with the Ultra AC-20. Unfortunately, these hit odds aren't, I think, worth it. We'll just fire on the Flashman. Okay, he's now, of course, unsteady. Our Marauder is going to step in over here. Actually, over here. And with our Marauder, we're going to continue to hit the Flashman. We'll go ahead and fire the LBX and the MRM.
Got it.
Not great hits off of the MRM, but it's okay. We are, of course, still closing in here. Our Nidhogg is absolutely going to come as over here as we can. Is that just within bomb range, or is that out of bomb range? That is out of bomb range. I'm sad, but I'm okay with it. I think we'll probably, because it's out of bomb range, we'll probably go for the Flashman. See if we can maybe get the kill on the tiny imp there. That is a structure exposure on him. Not bad.
What can I do for you?
Lord Daki is going to step forward here, and we're going to continue pummeling the Flashman. I'm not going to fire these two medium lasers for heat, but everything else, go for it. Oh, we missed everything. Sad. But not the end of the world.
I may need some more time in the simulator.
You're not wrong. You might.
Yeah?
The Centurion is going to step over here, and we're going to go ahead and drop our Sniper artillery on the Thor, ideally.
I'm taking the shot.
Okay, that was not a great shot. We did some damage to the direwolf, who is now moving through the fire, firing on the harasser and destroying it. Okay, that's fine. The harasser is completely expendable. We do not care. That is a waste of its turn. And did it shut down from that? It did. Okay.
Need something, Chief?
So the Maxim is, of course, the actual damage threat in our vehicles. And we're going to move down to this same position.
I copy.
Now, we're not in behind the Marauder 2C. That's okay. We're just going to fire Inferno rockets at a low hit odd. Okay. Continue heating it up. And next turn.
Standing by.
So now our Jaeger is in position to fire on this direwolf, and that is exactly what we're going to do. We have a 99.1% hit chance, no point in warlording. I'm going to roll head hits here.
Taking the shot.
Excellent.
Orders?
The Archer is in pretty much exactly the same boat, although I did see a hit for something over here. If we were to move up here. Yes. Ah, we see a Timberwolf out there. Okay, that's fine. I'm not going to bother with that right now. Right now, I'm far more interested in armor shredding this direwolf, actually. Go for it. Nice. Structure exposure.
Solid connection on that one.
Okay, phase 21. That is going to be the Marauder, probably. Somebody out in the supporting forces, but the Marauder will also move in phase 21, which is perfectly fine. We are shredding these guys. They're firing on the Archer. I'm a little bit surprised that they actually had LOS there. Okay.
Damage minimal.
I thought that we were down on the side of the hill, but the Marauder moves into the fire and shoots at the Archer. This is going to shut him down. Guaranteed.
Taking some heavy damage.
Oh, he didn't actually shut down from it, but he's incredibly close.
Boss.
Okay, that's fine. Our Sorcerer is going to go for the Lacerator here as the centrally located one. We're not going to fire the ER mediums for heat purposes.
Locking on target.
And he did not manage to shoot either of those down. That is great. We did get a heat sink crit on the Flashman, and we did some damage to the Thor.
Receiving.
That's great. We're going to close in with our Dragon Slayer, and this is a great position to be at. I think we fire on the Direwolf here with the Ultra AC-20. Ideally head hits, but I'll take anything.
Attacking from position.
Sure. That's a whole lot of crits.
Target's taking a critical hit.
Okay, phase 19. This is going to be the Thor. This could potentially hurt a lot. Okay. That could have been a lot worse. The Archer's structure did get exposed. We're going to have to move the Archer here, but that's completely fine. We'll have to do that next round. The Guillotine is going to step in over here,
Roger.
like so. And we're going to go for the Flashman, I think. Just go for that kill.
Okay, I'm on it.
Let's see if that second binary laser hits. It does not. Oh, actually, we did get the kill on him. Okay,
Hostile removed.
so that's 2 down. Phase 18 is going to be the Lacerator. It's probably still going to be going for the Imp. Okay, please. Please hit the Imp. Sure. I don't mind. Okay. Lacerator moves a bit and positions right next to the Direwolf.
Yep.
An interesting choice, considering that we are just going to toss an artillery at the Direwolf.
Confirmed.
Boom. That's a knockdown on that Direwolf. Excellent. And then our Maxim is going to come into the rear arc of the Marauder. Marauder 2, to be precise. This is, of course, not shut down, but he is running very, very hot. We're just going to light up his rear arc, and this should be pretty good. We did get an engine crit there.
That one's gonna leave a mark.
Okay, that's fine. Our J. Edgar is also going to move into the rear arc if we can. Actually, we can't. So I guess we're just going to position here and see if we can get him to shut down.
Acknowledge.
That is one flamer hit. Not quite a shutdown, but that's fine. Our Nidhogg is going to close in over here and is absolutely going to drop bombs on the Direwolf. This will, of course, splash damage onto this guy, the Stormcrow.
Engaging with partner.
And that's a pilot ejection. Nice. Next up is
Commander.
our Marauder. Our Marauder is going to step up. And the question is, who do we go for here? Do we go for the Marauder, their Marauder, or do we go for the Thor? I feel like we go for the Thor here. I really, really do.
Firing at full power.
Yeah, that was some pretty decent damage onto the Thor. I just don't want to take another artillery strike, right? Okay, next up is our Imp, who will step forward to here. We do need to be a little careful of our guillotine, but we're going to position our Imp here, and we're going to fire on their Thor. Now, this one I am going to Warlord. Our hit odds are a bit low. I should have Warlorded the Marauder shot, but I'm going to go ahead and do it here.
Affirmative.
That is a structure exposure, but the Thor is not dead. Okay, phase 23, it is not anyone up here who moves. It's somebody down here. And they don't shoot at the archer yet. That is shots at the Jaeger. That's fine. The Jaeger's armor is low, but holding.
Much armor left in that location.
Okay, that was the Lacerator, of course. Who else do they move? Overheated and a pilot injury on the Lacerator. Okay. They have two more moves. The Timberwolf firing on the Jaeger. Ow. Armor's holding for now. And the Marauder. Firing on the J. Edgar, of all things. I mean, he's going to kill it, but that's fine. We don't care. Yeah, that's completely okay. He's going to shut down from that. And that seals his fate. That absolutely seals his fate.
Commander.
Okay, the Archer is at this point going to position over here for LOS purposes, I think. Over here. We want to make sure the left-hand side is facing away, or as away as we can. So this would be the left-hand side facing towards everything. This would be as away as it can. So we're going to do that. I'm also going to Vigilance the Archer here. And then we're going to fire at the Thor, and this should kill it with all of those LRMs. Yeah, it's totally dead. Perfect.
Reporting.
So they won't get another shot with that Thumper. Next up is going to be our Jaeger, who of course is also not doing so well in the armor department. We're going to Vigilance him as well. And we're going to fire on the Lacerator here, because the Marauder 2C, it's dead. We don't need to worry about it. I am going to Warlord this shot. Give us that sweet, sweet +1 gunnery. That actually gave us 6% hit chance.
Engage.
But we still missed both. Okay. Disgusting. Our Guillotine is going to continue to step forward over here. And we're going to sink some heat. And brace. That will be fine.
Commander.
Our Nidhogg is going to come up over this way. And we're going to drop bombs on the rear arc of this Lacerator. Now, the rear arc on it is pretty untouched, but that's fine.
Got the angle. Shot. Solid.
It'll die very soon. Yeah, it has very little left. The Maxim is, of course, going to step in directly behind their Marauder 2C. And we're going to finish it off. Wait, what? I swear that was green previously. Okay, I'm a moron, and this is side arc. Okay. Well, that's what you get for being colorblind.
Commander.
Okay, the Imp is going to make its way over this way.
Double time.
And we're going to fire on the Lacerator. We can't do anything to increase these odds, but this should be fine. I'm going to not fire these medium lasers.
Tell me what to shoot.
Okay, we did get a hit there.
Ready
Next
for
up
orders.
is our Sorcerer, who I would really like to position over here and start doing indirect attacks. Armor shredding this Timberwolf. I have no idea where their allies over here are, but maybe we'll get some hits on them. Regardless, that did some damage to the Timberwolf. We'll take it.
Standing by.
The Marauder is going to step up over here, and since we don't have the kill on the Marauder 2C, I think we're just going to hit the same side arc. We are not going to fire this medium pulse laser for heat purposes, or rather the medium laser, but the medium pulses we absolutely will. Nice.
Think I hit some.
And that's a knockdown on the Marauder 2C. Perfect.
Feels like a sauna in here.
The Centurion is, of course, going to also be helping out against this Lance over here with some armor strip.
Firing.
Good hit. We'll take it.
Receiving you.
The Dragon Slayer is going to move up here and is going to kick the Marauder, and otherwise probably kill it. We'll see if we manage to. That was a lot of internal damage there. And 2 Ultra AC hits, but mostly absorbed by armor there.
Reporting.
But an ejection. Perfect. Mop up the remaining enemies or head to the LZ, which I don't know where the evac zone is. It's over through these guys. That's fine. Okay, next up is our Jaeger. Our Jaeger is going to step up over here. We cannot Warlord this, but what we can do is just potshot him. And all we hit was a medium laser. Okay, sad. Next up, of course, is our Archer, and we're going to continue holding our Archer back over this way. And we're going to fire on the Lacerator.
Taking the shot.
It was good armor strip there.
Inflicted some heavy.
And an ejection. Sure, we'll take that. So the Timberwolf steps up, fires on the Nidhogg of all things. Okay, we'll accept that.
Light damage, Commander.
That's completely fine. No worries there.
Standing by.
So our Guillotine is going to come over this way and start wondering if we can climb anything over here.
Roger.
I have no idea. It's very dark. We might be able to make our way up some of this. They're continuing to fire on the Nidhogg. Okay, they've got those Clan ER PPCs.
Warning, heavy damage.
Which of course means that we want to close in on them as quick as we can. Our Nidhogg is going to make its way over here and get some scouting done. And now we can see that they are the Timberwolf that we knew about. They have a second Timberwolf. This is the one that we knew about. This one we must have splash damaged, and same with this Griffin, we must have splash damaged that. Given these hit odds, I'm only going to potshot the Snubnose.
Engaging.
Okay, that'll be fine.
Failed to connect.
Yep, no worries. I'm assuming there's 2 more. I'm assuming this is a full star. I don't know that for a fact, but that's the assumption. Yeah, there's another Timberwolf there firing on the Nidhogg, missing both of its PPCs. Sure. And
Standing by.
our Sorcerer is going to position over here.
Roger.
Who do we want to target with our artillery? It could be the Griffin or this Timberwolf. And I'm going to go for the Griffin here, because we have slightly higher hit odds on it.
Engaging with target.
Good armor strip. I like it. I wish they were a little bit grouped up, or a little bit more grouped up rather, but they absolutely are not, so that is fine. I also wish that I could really see what was going on with the terrain over here. That would be very nice. Unfortunately, I can't, so I'm just assuming I'm moving this guy the right direction. I have literally no idea.
Yes,
The
Commander.
Maxim, we're going to see if we can bring it up over here, and it looks like we kind of can. Maybe we can make our way up this? I don't know. It's very dark. They're firing on the Nidhogg again. Sure, that's fine. Griffin moves over. Okay.
Waiting for orders.
Our imp is going to make its way over here where it can actually shoot at them. Sure, we'll accept that. This is the Timberwolf and the Griffin. I think because of stray shot, we'll fire at this Griffin.
Got it.
Yeah, we didn't expect anything out of that.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ready for orders.
The Dragon Slayer is going to make its way up over this way, of course, and sink some heat.
Just running. Got it.
And who next? The Centurion. Okay, the Centurion will position over here and is going to fire at the Griffin 2C because that is literally right next to the Timberwolf. Okay, we got a little bit of damage in there on this Timberwolf. That's fine. It's not ideal, but it'll do. Our Archer, of course, we want to make sure that we are not turning the left side to them. We're turning the right side to them, like so. Okay, and then we'll fire on this Timberwolf that we made unsteady. Yeah, we're going to run out of Artemis soon, but that's okay. I'll just take some armor shred here. 15 points of damage. We'll take it.
Waiting for orders.
Our Jaeger is going to move up over here as well. This is obstructed LOS. What does this actually look like for hit odds? 4.7. You know what? We've got 24 rounds of ammo left. May as well give it a go. We actually got a hit there. I'm shocked by that.
Inflicted some heavy damage.
Indeed you did. So that Timberwolf is going to fire on our Nidhogg and miss. We're happy about that one.
Standing by.
And our Sorcerer is going to step up over this way.
On it.
And we are going to drop artillery on the Griffin again. We've still got 12 rounds of ammo for that, so that's great. Yeah, good armor strip there. They're continuing to fire on the Nidhogg and continuing to not do anything to it. Are there only the 4? I really would have expected there to be 5 up here.
Aye, aye.
Well, the Guillotine can work on making its way up this embankment. And it looks like it can indeed make it, so that's great. These guys are going to fire on the Nidhogg more and continue to miss. Sure. That's pretty cool. They can do that if they want. I'm not going to contest that one. We're going to sprint forward with the Nidhogg. This is not within bomb range.
Full throttle.
So we're just going to potshot the PPC at whoever we have the best hit odds on. And that is this guy.
On it.
Okay, and we missed. We don't care. They're overheated already.
Missed.
This guy moves up, fires on the Nidhogg, actually shoots it down. I didn't expect him to shoot it down there, but okay. That's also fine. We don't mind this. They're pretty clustered up. We've still got our artillery. I was hoping to use bombs, at least 1 round worth, but, I mean, they've got a lot of ERPPCs.
Heading out.
So, fair enough. Let's go ahead and drop artillery on this Timberwolf, since it is centrally located. That was a terrible shot.
Negative damage.
Yeah, don't say.
Receiving.
Okay, our Dragon Slayer is going to make its way over this way. It is, of course, attempting to engage up the hill.
Waiting for orders.
This Marauder is going to... Are we going to head down this way? Yeah, we'll stick with the Cavalry Lance.
Full speed.
We'll stick with the Cavalry Lance with the Marauder. And then the Imp here is going to advance over to here. And we're going to fire on this Timberwolf, once again for stray shot purposes. I am, however, going to go ahead and Overlord, or rather Warlord here. And we'll see what that does to our hit odds. It improves them slightly.
Firing on target.
But we don't get any hits. That's okay.
Systems recycling for another shot.
Next up, of course, is our Maxim. Our Maxim is maybe not going to be able to make its way up this hill. We'll see. I don't think it is. We may have to try to find another way around with the Maxim.
Receiving you.
The Jaeger is going to advance over this way. It seems like they're having a hard time seeing us over this far. We are definitely going to fire on this Timberwolf. But I'm going to Warlord first. Let's grab that Warlord. And light him up if you can. Nope, that's a negative. Okay. At this range, it's not tremendously shocking. They're going to fire on the Imp. And they actually hit one of those, not the other. That's fine. The imp will make it to cover very soon. The imp is doing fine. Ooh, failed shutdown override there. Well, I think we just got ourselves a shiny new target. We're going to want to position our archer like this. And it was this guy who was shut down, right? Yeah, absolutely. Do we want to deadfire this? No, we're out of range of deadfire. Well, just do what armor strip we can then. Sure.
I'm out of LRM.
Well, kind of. You've still got deadfire. The Timberwolf moves up, fires on our Jaeger. Okay.
Damage minimal.
Looks good to me.
Come on. Send me a real mech war.
Our guillotine is going to advance up here, which actually gives us LOS. Great. And we're going to fire on... Actually, our best hit odds are on the guy in the front, which is kind of perfect. Do it.
Roger.
Let's get that second binary laser. There we go. It really seems like they've only got the 4.
Ready for orders.
Our sorcerer is going to continue to advance over this way. And we're going to put artillery on the centrally located Timberwolf,
Got it.
in hopes that we hit as many as possible. We only hit with one of those arrows, unfortunately. But the guillotine is, of course, now the target. They have realized the danger. And they're spreading out a little bit here, kind of. Okay, sure. Shoot at the guillotine. It's fine.
Yeah?
Centurion is, of course, in position to fire on their grouped up mechs. And it's got to be this Timberwolf at this point. We'll continue that armor shred. Okay, that was another terrible shot. You got to work on that. Come on, Arclight. Ah, so they do have a 5th mech out there.
Receiving you.
Good to know. I'm really thinking the Maxim can't make it up this. Yeah, the Maxim can't come up this embankment. We're going to have to run the Maxim around and bring them up over here, it looks like. Luckily, the sun is coming up, so we can kind of see the terrain. That's good.
Waiting for orders.
The imp will, of course, step forward, although we don't have LOS in cover. Okay, we'll just sprint.
Sprinting.
That's fine.
Standing by.
The Victor is going to sprint up the embankment. There we go. And the Marauder is going to try to catch up a bit.
Affirmative.
There we go. And they're going to continue firing on the guillotine. That's not a surprise. Not a surprise at all.
Orders.
The Jaeger is going to step up over here. And we're going to fire on... I really do think this Timberwolf. Okay, light him up. That is 2 hits. That was big. We broke the armor in 2 separate locations there. They're continuing to shoot at the guillotine. This is fully expected.
Melting off.
This is the role of the guillotine, after all. They powered up that Timberwolf. And yeah, they have a sun spider out there. Okay. I'm a little surprised they haven't been engaging with that. We're going to move the sorcerer over to here. And, of course, we're going to fire on these guys over here, since they are grouped up.
On it.
Shred off that armor. Not great first shot there, but the second shot was fantastic. We'll take it.
I'm here.
The guillotine is going to sprint into cover, and we're also going to vigilance. There we go. And we will fire on whoever we have the best hit odds on, which does actually appear to be this Timberwolf. It's slightly better on the one behind, but we have access to the medium pulse lasers. Reasonable damage there. Not fantastic, but it'll do. And there's that second binary laser into the central core there.
Scored a critical hit.
Very nice.
Good to go.
The Marauder is going to climb up the hill a bit.
You got it. Going flat out.
There we go. And the Archer is going to move along this way.
Got it, Commander.
There we go. Phase 19. Who do they have? They're going to fire on the guillotine? Okay, they did almost nothing. We're in cover, vigilanced, and with 3 evasive pips. We should be reasonably safe.
Good to go.
Our imp is going to make its way around. Next up, our Centurion is going to step over here, and we are, of course, going to put artillery right up in here. Actually, we should put it not there, but here on this Timberwolf.
Engaging target.
It is more centrally located. Unfortunately, we only hit that Timberwolf. Sad.
Standing by.
The Maxim is going to make its way up into the rough terrain, which, of course, it can't go up super quickly, but it can make its way through.
Ready for
The
order.
Dragon Slayer is going to join the guillotine on this front,
Let's move.
sprint up, and we're going to fire on this Timberwolf here, I think. Yeah, it's going to be this Timberwolf. We're not going to fire the Ultra AC-20 here. Hit odds are just too low. Sadly, we missed everything, but that's to be expected.
Nothing.
Okay, next up,
Standing by.
the guillotine is going to advance a tiny bit here.
Position confirmed.
We're going to re-vigilance it, and we're going to fire on this Timberwolf again. We're going to not fire the medium pulse laser here. Actually, we're going to use controlled burst here to not generate more heat, is what we're going to do. And then we're going to fire the medium pulse laser at this Timberwolf. Yeah, this looks acceptable to me. We could very easily get the kill here.
Engaging target.
Not with rolls like that, though. Let's see what the second binary laser shot gets us. Any moment now. Yeah, not great.
Got past the arm.
Oh, that's actually a pilot ejection.
Those heat levels.
That will take.
Good to go.
We will absolutely take that. The Jaeger, I'm going to position over here.
Moving out.
And we're going to fire on this Timberwolf, but I'm going to actually vigilance the Jaeger because I'm a little concerned about its armor levels.
Acknowledge.
Okay, we did get a stray shot there. That's not bad. Timberwolf moves up. Fires on the Victor. Ooh. I didn't expect an instant structure exposure on the Victor. The Victor was completely fresh, but both of those PPCs hit the same location. That's a little bit unlucky. That's where our snub-nose PPC was. We'll have to see what we can do about that positioning-wise. Okay, so the Marauder is also going to join us up here.
Copy that.
There we go. And we are going to fire on whoever we have the best hit odds on. And it is this guy. Get that armor strip done. We did get a structure exposure on that Timberwolf. That's nice. And then he fires on the guillotine. That is a structure exposure on the guillotine, but the guillotine's okay for now.
Went internal.
Yep. Ooh, that guy shut himself down. Okay. We'll happily accept that. The Sorcerer is going to step up to here and is going to fire the Arrow 4s at that Timberwolf that is shut down. Decent armor shred there. That's going to be a knockdown on that Timberwolf, I think. Not quite, actually. And this guy's still alive. The Sun Spider moves up, but does not fire. Okay.
Yeah.
They're really reluctant to engage with that Sun Spider.
Understood.
The Centurion is absolutely going to look to finish off this Timberwolf.
Roger.
That was a terrible shot. 3 in a row. Okay. Rough. Come on, Arclight. Next up is the Griffin here. Firing on the guillotine. Okay, just doing a little armor damage. That's fine. That is completely okay. And he just positioned in a pretty dangerous spot. So this is our left arm on the Dragon Slayer. So we want to angle something like this with the Dragon Slayer. And we're going to go ahead and light up this Griffin, I think. Do we have access to any ability? No, we don't. I'm not going to fire the Ultra AC-20 here.
Locking on pause.
That is a structure exposure. We'll accept that.
Commander.
Okay, our Maxim needs to continue working its way up the hill here.
Double time. Let's go.
There we go. It's going to try to loop around and see if we can maybe get behind the Sun Spider. That would be the perfect scenario for us. As far as these guys go, of course, there's only so much that they can do as far as closing this gap.
Come on, mech warriors.
But we got to try to get up there a bit. The Jaeger is going to stay put. I'm just going to Vigilance it here. And we're going to Warlord. And then we're going to light up... Looks like the Griffin. See if we can kill him. That was 2 hits. That did a lot of damage.
Aye, aye.
Okay, our guillotine will advance here. We need to make sure that the left side is not facing these guys. The right side we want to be facing them. We're going to Vigilance the guillotine, and we are going to fire on that Griffin. I'm not going to fire the binary laser here for heat, though.
Firing.
Okay. Additional damage in there. Really? Shooting at the imp? Okay, sure. I'm completely okay with this.
Damage, Commander.
I really don't care about that. Okay, the Griffin then positions up here. At the Sorcerer? Sure. I don't care about that either. That is irrelevant.
Ready for orders.
The Dragon Slayer is going to close in over this way, making sure that the left side is facing away from these guys. And we're going to go ahead and fire on the Griffin. I am going to fire the Ultra AC this time.
I copy.
Sadly, we missed with it. We missed with everything there. Okay. I mean, that was reasonably expected, in all honesty.
Commander.
The Marauder will close in here. I'm not sure why the game just minimized. For a second there, I thought it crashed, but it didn't. That's good. The Marauder will position in over here, and we'll go to finish off the Griffin.
Target confirmed.
Hopefully that'll finish it off. Not with these rolls, though. That's a couple of engine crits, I suppose.
Reporting. Crit.
And a pilot ejection. So sure, we'll take that. Next up is our Archer, who is, of course, making its way around.
Double time. Let's go.
No more LOS bypassing mechanics with the Archer. Sun Spider moves up. Fires on the Marauder. Of all of the mechs it could have fired on here, the Marauder is the preferred one.
Losing armor.
So that's great. The Timberwolf powers up, but does not move. The Sorcerer is going to position over here.
Aye, aye.
And we are going to drop Arrow 4s on this Timberwolf, which now has all 3 remaining mechs relatively close. Okay. We got some good damage in there. That'll be fine.
Yep.
Our Centurion is going to stay put and attack the same mech.
Copy that.
Well, at least that shot, I think, hit something. Yeah, it did. It hit the Sun Spider, so that's, you know, something, I guess. We're going to move the Maxim over this way, and we're going to see if we can make our way around into the rear arc of these guys with the Maxim, if we get there in time.
Waiting for
We
orders.
may or may not. The Imp absolutely won't. But that's fine. We're just going to keep picking our way through here.
Yeah.
The Jaeger will stay where it's at, and it will fire on this Timberwolf. These hit odds are acceptable. That is 1 hit there, including a structure exposure. And that guy just turned his side and didn't fire. I like it. I did see a side arc over here. We have to make sure that the left side isn't facing them. So we would want a position like this. I will Vigilance the Guillotine, since its armor is low. And we will, of course, go for the Timberwolf here. We are firing the binary laser, obviously.
Confirmed.
Let's see what that second binary laser shot nets us. But that Timberwolf is getting awfully damaged. Absolutely nothing from the second binary laser shot. Okay. The Sun Spider moves up, fires on the Marauder again. Now it's starting to do some good damage to the Marauder, that's for sure. But the Marauder is doing okay for now. And the Sun Spider actually shut itself down from that.
Orders?
I like it. The Archer is going to make its way through this rough terrain as best it can, which is not tremendously well. The Timberwolf moves up, also fires on the Marauder. It does get a structure exposure there,
You've blown past my armor.
but it also shuts itself down.
Receiving you.
Okay. Seems fine to me. We go for this Timberwolf then. Go for the CT on it. Do we want to be in direct mode? We cannot hit it in direct mode. Okay.
Firing.
And that, of course, is the last of our Arrow 4s.
Mech destroyed. I'm out of long-range missiles.
Yep, that was completely expected. That is in the arm. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to set the Marauder here, and we're going to not Vigilance it, because we actually can't. But we are going to Warlord here, and we're going to fire on... We're going to fire on the Sun Spider, I think. Yeah, we need to armor shred this guy.
Affirmative.
That is potentially a lot. Oh, yeah.
Scored a critical
That
hit.
Sun Spider not doing so well.
Standing by.
The Dragon Slayer, we're going to back it off over here. This gets us rear arc on this Timberwolf.
On my
We'll
way.
accept that. And we will hit this guy in the rear arc with whatever we can.
Firing.
Not much is the answer there. Okay.
What do you need?
Our Centurion does still have one round of sniper artillery left, and I'm going to drop it on the Sun Spider for some armor penetration.
Attacking from position.
That actually hit both of them. That was perfectly placed.
How'd
Good
that
job,
be?
Arclight.
AC-10 ammo gone.
Yeah. I'm not surprised by this, of course. So knockdown on the Timberwolf, but that's completely okay.
How's it going?
The Maxim is making its way into this rear arc, but there is another patch of rough terrain, which is going to slow us down.
I can give you fast.
Next up is our Imp, which is really not in a position to do much of anything. Just step forward a little bit here. Okay. Now it's our Guillotine's turn. So we want to probably position ourselves here, because the Sun Spider is still shut down, right? Yeah, the Sun Spider is still shut down. We want to position our left side facing away from it. And we want everything that we possibly can, which is right now just the binary laser and medium pulse laser, into that CT. I don't think there's a point in doing controlled bursts right now. It's not going to help.
Acknowledged.
Ooh. One hit there. Come on, binary laser. Get that second hit in there. Yes. That's what we were looking for. Right there.
Target destroyed.
Good job on that binary laser.
I'm here.
Okay, the Jaeger is actually in full LOS of the Timberwolf, and this is probably going to be a kill on the Timberwolf. If not this particular round, I don't think the Timberwolf gets up. Okay, yeah, he just hit both of those in exactly the same place, and that is GG. Excellent.
Mission successful.
So that is fantastic. It took us a little while to take that second lance out. There's no doubt about that. They were in a good position. We had a bit of a hard time breaching that hill and getting the damage in there, but ultimately they withered before our artillery fire, and that was what was important. So yeah, I mean, we're not going to get a ton of pay out of this, but that's completely fine. We did take a fair amount of armor damage, and that's going to take a while to replace. The real question is, did we get any clan heat sinks out of it? I kind of don't care about any of these mech parts at this point. That's a lot of clan ER PPCs, but I'm kind of moving away from those in my head. Here we go. This is what we're looking for. Boom, boom, boom. 15 clan double heat sinks. Fantastic. We got a clan cockpit. We'll keep that. A Predator FCS. We'll keep that. Regular heat sinks. We'll keep that. We actually ended up with 20 clan double heat sinks. And another clan heat sink kit. And some thumper ammo. We'll get rid of the ATM ammo. Excellent. And a couple of Marauder 2C parts and Flashman parts. I guess those are okay too. Overall, that was fantastic salvage. That was exactly what we were looking for. We now don't care about clan double heat sinks anymore for a while. Of course, we didn't make very much money out of that, and we're going to have to pay a fair amount for repairs. I'm expecting at least 250k. Like, we didn't take any major damage that Yang can't repair, but we did absolutely lose a lot of armor. So I'm expecting 250k. I'm expecting this to take quite a long time to put that armor back on. So we will see what Yang thinks in just a moment. 350k, sure. That's ballpark, honestly. That's ballpark of what I expected. So we were technically still a little bit profitable, I think. But overall, this is going to be a while to repair all this. So we may end up having to dip into our stores to hit this month tick. We'll have to see. Of course, we're going to get our enhanced hydroponic gardens, but we do need to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we'll see if we need to dip into our strategic reserve or not, because this is a lot of mechs that need to be having a lot of armor put on. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.